I'm sure you have a question. Okay, I have a prize for a person who asks me a valid question. Not my age, yeah, not where do you live, but come on, if there was a question that you know, you wanted to ask somebody, because you see, I also have the pleasure of meeting amazing people. I've written 2 biographies. I wrote the biography on Mr. O.P. Munjal, the founder, late Shri O.P. Munjal, the founder of Hero Cycles. That's the largest cycle company in the world. The guy started from nothing, you know, and I like to meet with people like that to understand from how do you go from nothing to everything. You know, and what a fantastic journey, what a fantastic journey, that the same success principles can be taken from there, applied to sports, applied to an artist, applied to an executive, applied to anybody. Yeah? So I'm always asking questions. You meet me, I will ask you 10 questions. What about this? What about that? What about that? Yeah, because you see, I can take your 3 top best practices and apply it to my job. Would I go at least some percentage higher? Because success principles are interchangeable. Yeah, come on, ask me a question.
What were those principles, Mr. Munjal?
Okay, I like that. Yeah, so most of them are in the book. Yeah.
Walked right in.
She walked right into it. Yeah, see, don't think I'm just trying to sell the book. Of course I'm trying to sell the book. If I don't say it, then who will say it? You see, no matter where you are, what you do, it is your responsibility to promote yourself. You know, how many people tell me, oh, you know, they don't recognize me. Then you declare it, no? What's holding you back from declaring what you did? And you have such an amazing forum fortnightly. Yeah, I would say stand up and make a public declaration. This is what I did, and you know, this is what is great about it. Don't wait for people to find your book. You show them the book. Yeah, there was this friend of mine who said that, you know, every post you put at the bottom, you'll put order my book. You know, every post you put. I'm like, and yet you have not ordered. So he's accusing me, every post you put at the bottom, whether it's on Instagram, whether it is on Twitter, whether it is on Facebook, uske niche one line is mandatory. Order my book on my website. I said, but you yet have not ordered, no? So when you order it, I'll stop it. Yeah, as long as the orders are coming in, it's fine. So don't think, oh, she's trying to sell the book. Of course I'm trying to sell the book. Yeah, and people hesitate so much on promote. They hesitate, and this is the trouble. The maximum trouble of people is not that I'm getting paid less. Of course, that is also a complaint, but it is nobody recognizes me. It's your responsibility. Yeah, when was the last time somebody recognized you? Okay, when was the last time you declared what you did? Both are zero. Yeah, at least make a declaration. You know what holds you back? So anyways, so Mr. O.P. Munjal, what I loved about him is that his feet were still on the ground. Otherwise, you meet people, ek gaadi kharid li to ab, you know, can't meet the fellow. Yeah, and the total language changes, body language changes, you know, and whatever not changes just because he got that fancy car. Yeah, so amazing chap. I mean, he hasn't yet lost his roots. And I will also make a mention that when you indulge and go so deep in your craft, your feet are on the ground. Grounded means what? I am still growing. It's not about the height. When, you know, this height comes in, it's great. It's great to have that altitude. But in 2 sentences, you'll come to know how deep is this guy. You know, when I had to interview him, I'll give you an example, which I don't think is in the book, so I'm giving it to you. Yeah. So we were going to his office. So they had sent me one car, and Mr. Munjal was going in his car. So at the signal, he spotted his car. We both were there. Then he told his driver, that car is also going to the office, the lady is going, tell her to get into my car. So one car will go, okay? He still economizes. Now that is important. It's not about show, it's still about being practical. Okay, show is great, that's why he has a gold Jaguar. So I sat in his car and I told him, sir, I love your car. See, I will, if it's in my head, I will say it. You know, somebody may not sit in your car and say, oh, I love it. So he's saying, theek hai. So you sit in somebody's Jaguar and he says, theek hai. So then he said, isse acha to meri ambassador thi. उसमें 7 लोग बैठ सकते थे, इसमें सिर्फ 4 बैठ सकते हैं. Yeah, so he's upset that more the merrier. This only seats 4 people, that would seat 7 people. I mean, look at the way he thinks, man. So anyways, we were driving, and you know his shop floor guy. So shop floor in Hero Cycles is the guy who will grease the thing and put the parts together. It's the lowest rung, and they're wearing these blue overalls with Hero written. So we were going, and there was this guy walking. So he told his driver, stop the car. So he tells him, Aaja, baith ja. He's going to the factory only, no? Now tell me, which owner does that? Will stop the car and tell the fellow, come sit. Then we drive a little ahead, there are 2 fellows walking. Okay, he stops the car and he tells, Aajo baith jao. Now I'm sitting with 3 shop floor guys, all squeezed in. Okay, then we go ahead and there's another fellow walking. So Mr. O.P. Munjal tells the driver, Gaadi rukao, and he looks at that fellow, then he looks at the 3 fellows inside and he says, तुम में से सेहत किसकी ज़्यादा अच्छी है? तुम्हारी सेहत अच्छी है, तुम उतर जाओ, उसको बिठा लिया. That you're still healthy enough to walk out of the 4 of you, so you need to walk more and you sit inside. I mean, he does that. Who does that? It's the small things. Now, can you imagine that guy, when in his life would he dream of sitting in a gold Jaguar? So when he sits, and I'm like, that is so cool. And he said, yes, if I do not give these people a share of my success and a taste of their dream, he will never imagine in his lifetime that he could own this car. You have to sit in it to have that thought, correct? That's how he uplifts his people. He said, I had nothing. I used to sleep on the platform. I didn't have money to check into a hotel. I used to go shop to shop, you know, banking on your kindness that you'll offer me a cup of tea, because I didn't have money to have tea myself. And he says sometimes you need to get people into your zone to allow them to, you know, fly. So that was amazing. Why can't you go through a little inconvenience to empower others? What a philosophy that is. What a philosophy. You know, and I'm like, I want to know this man. I want to question him further. I want to write about him. And that was my journey with Hero. Extraordinary man. You know, we think he made it to the top, but you read his story. What it takes to get there. And those are the same principles that takes to get to where you are. And further where you want to go. And I'm very curious about it. I will select people I love and like, and I'll say I want to write a book on you. So, Inspiring Journey of a Hero is an extraordinary book, or your money back. But I feel it's very important to encourage your family also to find your calling. Okay, why another example? I'll give you mine. I was sitting with my mother, and when I wrote the book, The Calling, we had planned the whole calling campaign, find your calling and so on. So I asked my mother, what was your dream? Okay, see, it's very difficult to say, what do you want to do? People can't think. So I asked her, when you were really young, you know, when you were young in your teens or in your early 20s, what was your dream? Yeah, so she said, you know, when I was young, I wanted to be an actress. That people used to say, you look so good and falana falana. I wanted to be an actress. Then I said, phir kya hua? She said, my father. There were restrictions, and he said no, and he killed my dream. I said, okay. Then I said, phir aage kya hua? After you got married, your father, you know, no longer had influence on you. Then what happened? She said, then your father. Yeah. So I said, okay, valid. Yeah, because there are sometimes people who will not let you get on that path for whatever X, Y, Z reason. I said, okay. Then my parents got divorced. Yeah, I said, phir wo bhi nikal gaye. Ab kya hua? And she had no answer. See, sometimes everybody has a dream. It cannot be that somebody didn't have an aspiration. But we've put the blame so rooted in that person and in that person that even when they no longer have influence on your lives, we're still blaming them. So I said, she didn't have an answer. So I said, would you like to join Anupam Kher's acting school? My mother's 72. This was last year. Okay. She said, okay, why not? So 70-year-old lady goes to Anupam Kher's acting academy with all youngsters. And then wo sab khatam karke aayi, and now she started to promote. Ab acting karenge na. So she got an ad for a YouTube ad. Okay, she went to shoot that. She shot another ad. Yeah, then after that she quit. I said, why? She said, bahut wait karate hain. and you're not like a star that they will give you this whole van to sit there and chill. Yeah, that's what you think when you say acting. Ke juice aayega, pani aayega, yeah, khana aayega. She doesn't like that food. She doesn't want to sit on a chair all day waiting for the shot with makeup. She doesn't like makeup. Then she said, it was good that I tried, but I don't have the patience for it. At least do add the kiya. Yeah, so what is your dream? At least indulge. And sometimes you may go in it and realize, I don't want to do it. So what? Now next. And then next. And it's good to support. And when people can't think, ask them, what was it 10 years ago? What was it 15 years ago? What was it when you were a child? Take a chance. Yeah, and she has this fantastic group of youngsters, those actors. Yeah, at least you got new friends who are like way below your age, and that itself is a big high. Isn't it, for old people? To have good looking actor friends. They also call her and says, Auntie yahan pe hai, maybe in the background they need people to sit. You can probably sit there. No acting role as such, but they need these people to fill in the space. Yeah, so she goes just for fun. It's a new life. Yeah, and it's important to encourage. They didn't, but you can.